Yep, we bought another van. After years of not having one and going from a T5 that we converted with my dad many years ago to up to a 7.5 metre Swift motorhome, and then selling that and not having one at all, we've now decided it's time to go back to a T6.1. Welcome to KombiVanlife. First time we've had a T6.1, and it's a lovely van. It's a Kombi, twin slider. I'll take you around in a minute to have a look. And we're going to convert it, but keep the Kombi style. So we've got the 5 seats. We're going to put slide pods in the back, ply line it, change the ceiling. We're not putting a pop top on this time. We'll probably buy a Vango awning to go on the side with the throw over straps. So when we had the T5, we pretty much, it was a panel van, and we converted it completely. Pop top, windows, full kitchen inside, a full rock and roll bed, but we didn't really use the kitchen much. We just spent most of the time outside barbecuing or in the awning on the side. So this time we decided that we're not going to put the full kitchen in. We're going to have a slide out kitchen out the back where the seats fold down into a double bed, and then the pods slide out the back, and you've got your cooker and a cool box on the side. We're also not going to go for the standard leisure battery setup. We've decided instead to go for an EcoFlow power bank, one of the big EcoFlow plug-ins. So you can, you've got 240 volt and you've got 12 volt. You can take it out of the van. You can plug everything into it, and it's just much easier. So first of all, I'll show you around the van, show you what we've got. It's the perfect van that we wanted. We waited a long time to get this. We bought it from a Volkswagen dealer in the end, so we've got 12-month warranty on it. But let's have a look, show you what we're looking at. So it's the Indian grey, a bit dirty. This is my wife's daily driver, so she uses it every single day. So our T5 wasn't a twin slider, and I thought, oh, do we really want that? But it's so much easier. I'm so glad we waited for that. It's got the 2+1 seats that come out, so you can turn it straight back into a van, and we're going to keep these because these then fold down into the to make the top of the bed. Inside, it's also the DSG version. So it's a T32 DSG. It's got twin captain's chairs. They don't swivel at the moment. I might end up putting a swivel seat on that one. Not entirely sure. I wasn't so sure about these mats to begin with, but they're really nice under your feet and quite soft and squishy. So yeah, and it's so easy to clean. So I think what I was going to put a floor down, but I think what I might do instead is just leave these down and buy fitted sewing edge mats for this instead. Put the roof bars on. That was one of the first things we did. Vinyl wrapped the VW badge and that strip there, the same colour as the van. It is very dirty at the moment, so it needs a good wash today. It's got the standard, you can see that, composition colour. There we go. the composition colour stereo system head unit, which I was going to replace that, but it's actually pretty good. You know, it's got Apple CarPlay on it. This unit doesn't have sat nav, but we use Google Maps for that anyway. You know, it's got Apple CarPlay, and with this little unit here, which I'll show you details of, that it gives you wireless CarPlay, because the standard unit comes with wired CarPlay, so you actually have to plug it into one of these USB ports, your phone, for CarPlay to activate. But with that little USB, which you can get off Amazon, I'll put a link to some of the best ones on there, it makes it wireless CarPlay. So as soon as you get in the van with your phone and turn it on, Bluetooth connects automatically, and you've got wireless Apple CarPlay, which is superb. So I'm not going to bother changing that head unit. I will, however, upgrade the speakers because they're terrible. So there's a really good Alpine speaker unit dedicated for this van, for a T6.1, which I'll be putting in, which gives you new front speakers and new tweeters there, which look much better, sound much better. These doors will come off and be sound deadened as well. And I'll also be putting in rear speakers, which I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to go pods up the back corner or ceiling speakers. So when we bought the van, they had kind of had a go at ply line, but you know, I thought they'd done a decent job, but they haven't. They haven't even wrapped it round. They used the visible panel pins, which I don't like, so I want hidden clips on that. We're going for a lighter colour as well. It's got the Volkswagen standard OEM sliding windows, which, you know, they're pretty good. They do rattle a little bit. It's weird. Sometimes they'll rattle a bit, then they won't. You give them a little push, they won't. So I think maybe a bit of oil or something in there and we'll sort them out. There is reports of these things leaking, so we need to keep an eye on that. Not seen anything yet, but you know, it leaks in this part here usually, and on the other side, so we need to watch them. Now the slide out pods we're going to get bolt straight into these lashing points here. They're removable, which is great, which means if we ever sold the van or anything and we wanted to get a different one and keep the slide out kitchen and bed, we can just put it in a different van. Inside, as you see, there's quite a bit of room. You think, oh, I'm never going to be able to sleep in there, it's just not big enough. This is a short wheelbase version. Those fold down, they make the bottom half of the bed. You get a whole full width, full length bed with the slide pods underneath that slide out the back here. Tailgate version as well, which is what we wanted. Because these slide pods come out the back, it means you're under a little bit of shelter if you're cooking in here. And you're not cooking inside the van, which we did a couple of times with the T5, and it just stank the place out. So, you know, all you ever did within the kitchen in the T5 was boil the kettle, and then we didn't even do that much because we used an espresso type pod machine for our coffee. So you can see they've ply lined these panels, sort of. It was a works van. You know, it's a little scraped up. This is going to be carpeted. All these, which is the job for today. Let's show you these. So these seats, you pull that bit there, and that folds flat. Pull that out. They fold dead flat. So that makes up the bottom part of your bed. So your knees come to about here, the rest of your legs are on there. With the slide pods that go either side, which are the same, or just slightly lower than this. And then with the cushions on the side pods, they're a bit higher, so we've got cushions being made up the same colour as the bed, which will go on there when you're sleeping. The cushions we've had made up will be a 2 and a 1, so they'll be the same size as those. So if we decide not to take this seat because we want easy access in and out, you've still got a double bed that sticks out this side, but you can get in and out that side. So I think that's probably what we'll do. But yeah, just bolt straight into these lashing points here. So you just take these out, the unit goes in, it bolts straight down into the bottom. This we need to replace. So yeah, there's a lot of things that need to be done. A lot of money to be spent. As you can see, I've already put sound deadening on here. So this stuff, I'll put a link to that where I got it from, and then they'll be carpeted over. I've put sound deadening behind here, but today's job is to get this roof off, get all these panels off, all the trim, and carpet line these metal panels. This one I'm not going to do because I've got a whole new ply panel going on there. Those door panels will be replaced with a lighter version. So there we have it. There's the new T6.1. Any questions about it? Drop a message down below. This is the first video of a series of how we're going to convert this into like a day van, weekend camping van, that sort of thing. And we'll also show you some of the campsites that we go to, a few of them down here in South Wales, and let you know how we get on, how much things cost, how easy it is to do. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.